today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse, the Flash TV series, The Flash. It's good to see DC Comics Multiverse kind of coming back with a DC Universe style of design. Now that we're actually coming back to the Collect and Connect figure, this particular Collect and Connect in this series, you can build your very own Justice Buster. Which actually, if you look at the torso itself, it's going to be a pretty large Collect and Connect figure. Down below, there's the image of TV's Flash. And nothing really on the side other than the Flash, fastest man alive. On the back, the other figures available are... Now, only 3 figures currently at the time that you're watching this video are available. And that would be the Joker, the Arrow, or Green Arrow, and the Flash. The figures coming soon, however, are Batman, Superman, and Reverse Flash. If you collect all 6 figures, congratulations. You can brag to your friends. You can also build the Justice Buster, which again is going to be a very large Collect and Connect piece. DC Comics Multiverse figures are inspired by comic-based, character-rich entertainment sources such as movies and video games. These figures are meticulously designed to be truly authentic, celebrating the many universes of entertaining DC Comics material. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, however, we're going to get a better look at the Flash, and we're going to start building the Justice Buster. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. How about the first thing we have a look at is the Collect and Connect pieces that are going to be for the Justice Buster. I must say, getting it out of package, it's somewhat misleadingly hollow. There's not really anything going for this top torso piece. It's actually more just shoulder piece than anything else. This will attach itself to presumably the mid-torso, and then all like the arms and everything are going to attach to this. Let me tell you one serious problem I have with this. It's not even so much that this is as rubbery as it is, because I know there's going to be stuff going on and it's going to be added to something else. I get that. For Series 1, it'd be nice if they had actually given you a torso piece, because both Green Arrow and Joker, respectively, are going to have their own corresponding arms. Those arms aren't going to attach to anything right now. They're just going to be 4 pieces, but we're going to add this piece together. It's going to be 3 pieces, just loose pieces that aren't going to attach to one another until you get the other 3 figures. This could have also been with the second wave of figures as something that could be added over top. Flash really should have come with the torso that would have allowed the arms to peg into place so that you would have had one main body of something, and then you could have added onto it with wave 2. This, sure, yes, you can take the torso and, well, again, it's not really even so much a torso, the shoulder area, and attach the head. But again, like, there's not really much to be said for it because, well, you can't add the arms or anything to it. It looks pretty big, it looks pretty imposing, but it really needs, it should have really been the torso, the arms should have attached to that. Just to kind of give you a scale comparison, it's quite a bit bigger than Flash. Really disappointing though, I can't do anything with it. The next series, the next 2 reviews, I can't add anything to this. At any rate, let's have a look at Flash. Flash at least is pretty good. Not saying that that's not good. Flash at least is pretty good. I think it's not as good as the DC Collectibles release of Flash, but it's kind of like the Marvel Legends versus Marvel Select figures. Marvel Select figures tend to be a better sculpt. Marvel Legends a lot of times tend to be a better paint job, and I almost feel the same here for Flash. It's a better paint job, but I feel like the DC Collectibles Flash was probably just a little bit better. Having a look at his face, let's bring the camera in. Yeah, I have no real complaints with the face. I wouldn't necessarily say it looks like the actor, but it does do a pretty bang-up job of still giving us a good Flash figure. It's got the darker cranberry color, which is almost more like a cranberry. It's almost like a reddish brown, that the outfit that he has. I'm not quite sure why the back is as distorted as it is with this patch of color here, whether that's actually on the figure's costume or the actual character's costume. The gold is pretty good. It's not overly, it's not messy or anything like that. It kind of gets lost amongst the mix of the this brown color. The skin tone that they used for the Flash. It's not terrible, but it doesn't also convey a very realistic color either. The figure comes across almost a little squatty. He almost comes across like he's a little on the wide side, as opposed to, and unfortunately I don't have my DC Collectibles Flash anywhere in the vicinity that I could do the comparison, but the other one seemed proportionately a little bit more realistic than this one here. I think ultimately it kind of looks like where his joints are for his legs. It kind of gives him the conveyed image that he is really short on the legs and really long on the torso. Other than that though, sculpt-wise, I'm pretty happy with it. The gold, again, it's not as visible on this one as I feel like the other one is. He kind of looks like he's also got a really large butt. Kind of a little full in the derriere section. But all things considered, it's actually not that bad of a figure. Posability for the Flash. He does have a ball joint in the head. Ball hinge shoulders. They also rotate around. He's got a swivel point more in the forearm. This whole section here is one sculpt. Forearm rotation, which also bends at the elbow. A rotation in the hand, which doesn't look like it hinges so much as it just rotates. He does have a waist swivel, which actually resides underneath his belt. Nice concealed area of posability. And then he's got almost the equivalent of what the DC Universe figures used to be, so a forward-back rotation on the legs, but he also has a hinge split in the thigh area. A mid-thigh swivel, a single hinge in the knee, and finally a hinge foot. It's not a bad figure by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think it turned out to be a terrible figure, but I kind of again feel like the the DC Collectibles Flash, I think was a little bit better in overall proportion and sculpt. This one I feel like could be just a little bit better on color, but I'm not crazy about the flesh color that they went with. It's a little too pinkish for my liking. Still a decent looking Flash. I think between the two, even though I haven't opened them up yet, I think the Green Arrow, or Arrow, I think is not as good of a figure as the Flash. Between the two, I think the Flash is a better looking figure. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the first figure of the DC Comics Multiverse, the Build-A-Figure of Justice Buster. We're looking today at the Flash. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you next time.